Hey guys, in this video we're going to be explaining the most misunderstood subject of all, economics. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Colette and I try to explain economics in an easy and simple way so that all you guys can understand it. So, the core idea. Everybody in society has these unlimited wants and needs, but the world only has a certain amount of resources to meet them. Think about it, we want better phones, food, houses, anything and everything. We want it better and we want it faster. But we only have a certain amount of land for houses, we only have a certain amount of workers to make the clothes, we only have a certain amount of machinery to help produce the phones. So this gap is what we call scarcity, and it's the difference between what we want and what we can actually have. So it forces us to make choices. And economics is basically the study of choices and how we decide who gets what, when we can't actually have everything. And it all has costs. If the government wants to invest money into education, they can't invest it into healthcare. If you want to spend £20 on a takeaway, you can't save the £20. Etc, etc. And this is called an opportunity cost, and I'll explain more in a separate video. So to understand what we can make, we have to know what resources we're actually working with, and this is called the factors of production. Now there are four main factors of production: land, labour, capital and enterprise. Land is actually what it is, it's all of the natural resources that Earth has. So land, water, oil, oxygen, all of this is natural. The next one is labour, so this is all the people and all the skills that they have. Capital is all the tools and machinery that we use to produce a good. And finally, enterprise. These are all the people who bring all the factors of production together to make a good or service. But again, these are all limited, so society has to decide who gets them. Now this has happened from ancient tribes all the way to now in the modern century. And of course, we have to ask the three big questions. What should we produce? Should we produce hospitals, schools, food, clothes, phones? What should we make? And then how will it be produced? Will we use workers? Will we use machinery, renewable energy, non-renewable energy? How do we know what to use? And finally, who gets it when it's made? Do we give it to the person who pays the most? Do we equally share it? Or do we give it to certain groups? And different economies do this in different ways. So, who decides? This is where it gets interesting. In a market economy or a free market, this is decided by businesses and the consumers rather than the government. So they decide what is being made and who it should go to. Although in a command economy, this is decided by the government, so the government sets the price and they give it to who they want to give it to. However, most countries have a mixed economy, which is where it's a bit of both, so some governments intervene when they need to, and then businesses also decide as well. But why does it actually matter to you? Economics isn't just about money, it's about everyday life. Why houses are so expensive, why some jobs pay more than others, why do prices rise over time, why do governments subsidize some things but tax others? Economics helps us understand all of this. So to sum it up, economics is all about how we deal with unlimited wants and needs and a limited amount of resources. It's about choices, trade-offs, and who decides who gets what. Economics shapes your everyday life, whether you realize it or not. It shapes everyday decisions and everyday society decisions make as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Comment below what you want to see next. Bye!